In the chair here. Shit right there.
Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Noah.
I'm Brian.
This is SignalCrash, talking about comics, cartoons, movies, video games, and anything else that's nerdy. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Good?
Good.
You doing
They're all doing good.
They're all doing good, thank you. How you doing, Brian?
Good. I have a little cough coming on. That's why I have a little beverage here so I don't cough the whole show.
Thank you. I think everyone will appreciate that. That's awesome. We had some stuff we had to do last week.
Yes.
Unfortunately we could not have a show, but we're here for you full frontal.
That just means we have a lot to talk about today in our small little time window.
Right.
I want to jump right in. I made a post last Friday. If you missed it, check it out on SignalCrash.com. Talking about some new trailers that came out.
Yes.
Mainly, the one I talked about was the earliest one that I saw. On Fox, they're doing a show called Gotham, which is clearly a DC show about Gotham. The main character is supposed to be Jim Gordon, who we all know from the movies and comic books as, Commissioner Gordon. In this one, he's a lieutenant. I don't know how far back they're going to go. I don't think they actually even said. I think he's a detective at this point, actually.
Yeah.
Because he does have a partner and he's not wearing a uniform. He's out in his little trench coat kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see. But the main character is supposed to be Gordon, and in the trailer they show 4 or 5, I believe, young supervillains and a young Bruce Wayne. This is kind of scaring me.
Why is it
because I feel they're going to move a little too fast.
I can agree with that.
But still, I'm going to watch at least the first season. I have to give it a try. Because I was really hesitant towards Arrow when it first came out. I was like, I don't know how it's going to work. TV show, Green Arrow.
Right.
I watched the first episode, was still, I'll give it the second episode a try. Right. Halfway through the first season, I was like, I'm hooked. I'm going to watch this.
Right.
That being said, Gotham is not the only comic book movie coming to TV this fall.
Right. Comic book TV show. Yeah, they're TV shows. They're going to be ongoing franchises.
The next one, because of Arrow's success, and they've even had him in cameos before, they are doing a Flash TV series on the CW. It's going to be, its time slot is after Arrow, so it's going to be at 9 o'clock at night.
Okay. Cool.
Arrow's at 8. This is going to be at 9, which means they're either pushing back Supernatural or putting it on a different night. I don't know.
Could be switching it up. A lot of TV networks are really trying to go in different directions nowadays with getting their schedules all in order and everything.
So, I mean, they tested the character out before he was technically Flash, when he was just Barry Allen.
Right.
They had Barry on for 2 episodes on Arrow, and then showed him get struck by the accident on Arrow. So they screen tested the character to see how the audience would react to him.
Right.
And they gave him 2 episodes. Everyone liked it. They showed teasers of him in costume.
Right.
Everyone liked it. So at this point, everyone's okay with the casting. Everybody's okay with the character. It really comes down to, at this point, the writing. I have more faith in this show than I do Gotham, even though I think Gotham's an easier show to write for.
Oh, agreed, yeah.
Simply because I know there's a crap ton of people from DC who work on Arrow.
Right.
And it's a lot of the same people who are just throwing in their ideas for Flash.
Right, and that's the thing too, is like, and to follow up on what you were saying with Gotham, it seems like a show that could be easy to write because there's so much potential. The Batman franchise is really easy to obtain, like to get that audience going and everything.
Even if you just made it a procedural cop show
with Gotham things
in it. Like, you still have that weird dark city. There's more dark alleys than there are residents of Gotham.
Right, exactly. And the problem I'm having, at least with the show, is the fact that, I mean, again, we could be wrong. The show could turn out great.
And I hope it does.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want the show to go bad. It's just, it seems like they're trying to introduce so many characters so quickly, and it's really going to have, like, this, like, it's going to have a burnout. You're going to say, Catwoman, Joker, Penguin, all these different characters, and it's just going to get so, like, all right, yep, we've seen everything cool that can happen, and then we're going to either get really C-D-list villains, or we're going to get, like, it's kind of like how the games are nowadays. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got into Arkham Origins, and now it's like, oh, Killer Moth. We haven't seen that yet. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool.
Well, it's
it just starts
it's funny
getting
because
lower and lower.
the Batman villains aren't even, a lot of them, he does have like C and D level villains, but he has more A-list villains than any other
Oh,
superhero.
yeah, of course. Most people flock to Batman for the villains.
Yeah.
You know?
But here's the thing. When the show originally was announced, it was supposed to be all about Jim Gordon coming to the city, being a police officer / detective,
kind of thing,
but without Batman. Harvey's supposed
That's why it's called Gotham.
Harvey's supposed to be his partner, and the main villain, this is the only backstory villain we were supposed to originally get, was Oswald Cobblepot, who's the Penguin, working for a villain that's made up for the TV show.
Right.
Is no one in the comic, played by Will Smith's wife. And it's supposed to be how Penguin kind of weasels his way up to the top of this gang while still having the procedural cop show.
Right, but I also...
Where every episode isn't about the Penguin getting up through the ranks, but it's more of like, oh, something happened with this street gang. Oh, but it was masterminded by this person.
And that's the problem, too, is with a show where it's so iconic as Batman, where you're like, I want to see the Joker, I want to see this, I want to see the Riddler. You're going to have a problem where the audience is either going to be too antsy and they don't know what they want. They just want Batman things to happen. And that's what the audience is going to get. Because Fox is just going to be like, we want the show to be popular, let's hand them what they want.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if you handle it with care and it's slowly built up, you'd be like, ooh, this is fun to watch. But it's not going to happen, especially with the Batman show, because it's literally going to be the fans are going to be the show's worst enemy.
Yeah.
Hands down. And it's the reason why the show's going to be the way it's going to be. I mean, again, we're only speculating. The show may be amazing, but the odds are pretty slim only because, Fox is hurting for content. Fox is really trying to be such crowd pleasers nowadays and trying to really, we got to scramble, we got to do this. And I feel like that's what the show is going to try to be. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, we got to get this Batman thing working, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. So
it's true. And the last one, well, this isn't the last one, but the last one that they actually have a trailer for is Constantine, which is going to be on NBC.
Right.
Which NBC is kind of a weird choice for that character to have a show on, I think.
Yeah.
But through the trailer and through what it seems like they're going to do in the storyline, it's the most true to the actual character of Constantine and not what everyone probably knows of Constantine because of the Keanu Reeves movie.
Right.
But I think that'll throw people for a little loop. But I think the way he actually is, the way that you described it as, he is a British guy who comes in and saves people from demons and angels. And
come with me!
He's the middleman. And he unfortunately can come off, if written the wrong way, can come off like the Doctor.
And even in the trailer, he's like, come with me, I'll help you, companion. You know what I mean? And it's like,
and it's funny because one of that's his trait though. He's a snarky British chain smoking dick.
Oh yeah.
But because it's on NBC, they took away the chain smoking thing. They took away a lot of his dickishness,
and they're trying
to make him more
British charming,
witty, snarky kind of thing.
So he's going to turn into a jaded Doctor. And the thing is, hey, more power to it, because it's gonna get the Who fans into Constantine. So maybe they'll go read a comic book. That'd be cool. But it's
the one that
it's got
out of those
vibe,
three shows. It's the one that looks like it has the best special effects. They might not be the best special effects, but again, it's TV. We're not doing movie special effects here.
Right.
It's the one that looks the best. It's the one that can, I think, it's the hardest one to ruin.
Yeah, it kind of writes itself where it's just like, oh, hey, what do people watch nowadays? They watch demon fighting, they watch stuff with vampires, they watch stuff with superhero powers, supernatural crazy, the monsters and all the aliens. The show is going to do fine. But as long as it's just executed.
And that's the thing, because
play the paces.
Where Gotham is going to fail is because they're going to try to get too many villains in and too many supporting cast in. They're going to flood the audience, and then you're going to run out of ideas. Flash is around it's the medium. A lot of people don't know Flash villains. But the ones the Flash have aren't the coolest kids on the playground.
Watch out, here comes the Weather Wizard. That's an actual character from Flash.
Here comes Captain Boomerang, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, it's the correct term. It's Captain Boomerang. That's a real name.
So, I mean, the villains are actually interesting in the comics, but they were made around a campy time.
Right.
So, like, somebody who can controls weather, strike you with lightning, start a tornado,
Holy shit.
that kind of thing. It's amazing in the X-Men universe. It's Storm. She's powerful. She's cool. She's a leader. DC has a character just like that called the Weather Wizard. So again, he's a product of an older time that they're trying to modernize, but Weather Wizard just doesn't have the same kind of oomph as Storm.
Call it, yeah. It sounds like he's gonna give us a forecast.
Seriously.
You know, it's like, hey, here comes Mitch the Weather Wizard, and he just
with the Doppler 3000.
Right, and he's got the fucking goofy glasses that come out and all that. Like, you know what I mean? He just seems like he's just a joke. Yeah, call him the Weather Warlock or something.
And
the Warlock of Wizard.
Or Professor Zoom or Reverse Flash,
which is the same character.
Well, they don't know that.
Sorry.
So, there's a lot to work with there, but they do need to update it a bit.
Right, exactly. I mean, and that's the thing too, is that's going to be a fun, campy romp adventure. Like, what I like from the like, for example, and I reference this movie as like really positive for superhero movies, is the Avengers, because it's like it goes back to that concept where people go like, hey, remember just a fun adventure story? Like, that's kind of what Avengers gave us. Like, it had its serious elements, but it was still a fun adventure, you know? And it's like, wow, yeah, that's what I personally think that's what superhero movies should be. It's like, we're watching a ridiculous premise, but it's fun. And yeah, let's rock out, woo! You know, and then when things try to get so gritty, it gets a little, but unless the theming is that, unless it's supposed to be gritty. But when it comes to, like, the Flash, as opposed to Constantine's supposed to have more of a mood to it. And when you go to Flash, Flash is going to have more of that over-the-top, fun campiness to it.
Yeah.
And it should, as long as it's executed with care, because there's a difference between, like, fun and, like, oh, over-the-top, and just, like, corny, and then the audience doesn't care.
Yeah.
I don't mind corny, but to keep that audience going, you know?
But lastly, to finish up the point, what's, like we said, what's really going to work with Constantine is it's, for a lot of people, it's going to be a new character.
Right.
They know it's from comic books.
Right.
But it's a new character to them, so they won't know the villains, so they're not going, oh, I really hope this person's in it. I really hope this person's in it.
Which is great.
They don't know the villains. So
Exactly.
you can play around with them. Like, Papa Midnight's going to be way different than he was in the movie, because the movie with Keanu Reeves took place way later than the introduction of Papa Midnight, and because in that movie he's neutral, he's a good guy, he's
right.
And it's always start like that.
Right.
So you're going to get a lot of characters that people don't know. You're going to get a lot of references for different angels and demons that you'll pick up on.
Right.
But there's a lot of cool villains that they could use. There's a laundry list of baddies that they could throw into the show.
Right, exactly.
That are really going to have people on the edge of their seat and really enjoyable.
Agreed. Now, did you like the Keanu Reeves Constantine?
I did. For the longest time, because it came out way before the whole Avengers Marvel wave of amazing.
Yeah, it was in the first
wave. For
the
longest time, it was the top 3. It was on my top list for top 3 superhero movies, because the other ones were weak. Like, around that time you had like the Fantastic Fours I didn't really care about. You had the classic Batmans, which they're fun, but they went downhill really quick. You had the Spider-Man movies, which those things are fun, with the exception of 2, they're not good.
Yeah. So
Constantine is one of those movies where, kind of like how I really enjoy the newest Captain America movie, it works well as a good sci-fi supernatural movie, and it works well as a comic book movie.
Right. That's what I thought. Like, I mean, we talked about that before, but the new Captain America movie, I felt like it was a great standalone story. You didn't even need to follow anything.
No, it was a good action movie.
Wow, this is a cool action movie. I'm down.
And I think they purposely did that because of the lackluster excitementness, that's not even a word, of how people reacted to the original Captain America.
See,
I think they went really super heavy comics, and because they didn't have to this time, I think they went, first and foremost, we're going to have to make a good action movie,
Right.
And then we can have fun with the comic stuff. We're going to stay
Right.
true to the comic, but we're not going to try to get that reference in if it takes time away from this being a solid action flick.
And they made a great fun movie. It was entertaining. Like, even people who are not normally into action movies, I thought it was, you know, I mean, I'm into them, but like, I know a lot of people who aren't even really like action, whatever. They enjoyed it. They really enjoyed it. And that's the fun of these movies. It's like, but then you look at like I feel like the first Captain America movie, like, for me, the first half of it, fantastic origin story. It's great. Second half of the movie is just to get to the punch of the bad guy. That's it. The whole second half of the movie is just like, let's get to the point where he punches Red Skull. The end of the movie. The end.
And I think that's what the problem is.
It's a fine movie. It's fun, but you know.
I haven't seen the newest Spider-Man movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try my best to get out and see it soon.
Mm-hmm.
But from every single review I've ever read, the story is so muddled because they're trying to get so much comic book information in. It's like 4 movies in one, and 2 of the 4 movies suck. So you're really gonna only enjoy half the movie from just a viewer standpoint, because they're trying to shove so much crap into this movie.
Exactly.
And it's weird because it's not making the comic book fans happy.
No, because this is like getting this big like overload. And you're like, come on.
No, it's not because of that. It's because it's supposed to take place in. It's not supposed to be the canon Amazing Spider-Man that they're titling it after.
I know.
It's supposed to be like the ultimate when it was when he was like. Not high school Peter Parker, but the later Ultimate Spider-Man, where Gwen Stacy stays around longer. Not to spoil things, but she doesn't die.
Whoops.
In the Ultimate series. So they're doing a lot of weird things in these movies.
Whoops. No, yeah, they are. They're doing a lot of weird stuff in these movies, and yeah, I mean, they're already basically confirmed that the third movie is going to be Sinister Six, and they also want to do a Venom movie after that too.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
They
to deal
definitely
with.
give strong hints to Sinister Six.
It's already out.
Yeah,
it's
no,
3,
they have actually confirmed they're going to
Yeah.
do that movie, and they're also going to do a Venom movie.
Exactly.
Well,
It's 3 and 3, and they want to go.
which is I don't think is going to be good.
It's too much. I mean, it's like I don't think the story just needs those characters, and it's like it's so bullshit because Paul Giamatti is Rhino,
They don't
and then
have-
they don't even have much of.
They
him
don't
in
have
there.
the studio and the backing to properly make an Avengers-style Spider-Man movie. You can't do.
Nope.
It's pretty much the reverse of Avengers. You have a shit ton of villains and one hero.
Right.
They're doing the reverse of it, and it's just not going to work. You're going to have so many characters you don't care about, and depending who they use for the Sinister Six, because there are times where different people come in and out.
Oh yeah, it's a big pizza smorgasbord.
If you really throw in Mysterio or comic book costume Kraven, I don't know what you're going to do.
Kraven would be awesome.
Yeah, but still.
We're getting. I think it's confirmed right now.
They haven't. No, there's one that they haven't confirmed. They're either saying it's
Right.
Mysterio or Chameleon.
Right. But yeah, we have what's it called? We have Doc Ock, we have Vulture, we have Rhino, we have Goblin, we have Electro, and then we need one more, which is either going to be Chameleon or what was the other one you said? I'm sorry. Mysterio. Which I think Mysterio would be a good choice. You know.
Oh, it depends on which path they go on him.
I know. He could actually fuck with things, or he could actually just be smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, or you're the special effects guy that is special with special effects.
Right. He's trickery because he's got a mirror behind him. You think it's you, but it's not.
So that's what's going on with TV for the new TV shows that are coming out that I'm really excited for. Some trailers have been coming out recently. I'm pretty sure Christopher Nolan's Interstellar trailer came out today.
Yes.
I don't know. It looks like just another old space movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think people.
Not really looking
I think
forward
people
to
were
it.
really excited for it because there was no information on it. And it was called Interstellar. So I think people originally thought, "Wow, is it going to be his recent styles of movies where Inception? It's all about dreams. It's weird. It's cool. It's interesting."
Right.
Interstellar is it going to be like weird space travel, like a 2001: A Space Odyssey? Is it going to be that kind of movie?
Yeah.
No, it's Matthew McConaughey who's a farmer and they're running out of food and then he needs to go to space.
And you go get food in space.
That's at least what I got from the trailer.
Right.
Didn't look super interesting, so we'll see though. We'll see. I mean, people are going to go see it because it's a Nolan film and people have been flocking to Nolan films. It's not a knock on Nolan. It's just that's.
Hey, watch your Nolan movies. It's okay. But yeah, no, I mean, I definitely think that in terms of movies, I've been really kind of contemplating. I mean, I'm gonna see X-Men, but I'm really like wondering on how it's all gonna be. Like one trailer and one I wanted to bring this up. One line really bothers me in the trailer.
What?
It's like, okay, so in First Class, Jennifer Lawrence playing Mystique, very cool, right? Fun character, and she deals with the actual story of Mystique, where she's like, she's uncomfortable with how she looks because she has to deal with the fact that she's all blue like that, so she tries to hide it, and it's like, you know what, you don't have to hide. And it's like, wow, there's that whole connection for her and Magneto and everything, and she is like, like literally, like anybody making any jokes, she's like, that's not funny. You know what I mean? Like they do a good job at establishing that, and it's very prominent in the comics. In this movie, she slides on the floor like Tomb Raider, does like a quick spin back kick, jumps at a guy, grabs his head with her legs, and starts punching him in the head and going, and they start shooting at her, and she goes, oh, what's the matter? I'm not pretty enough for you? And laughing about it. And I'm like, aren't you just kind of taking all the interesting character development about her and just kind of throwing it out the window for that one joke?
Yeah.
That kind of worries me, because I feel like, although I don't really think X-Men First Class was like a fantastic movie, I thought it was like decent. I feel like I don't know. I really like that. I'm not pissed off. Like I'm not gonna see the movie. That was really dumb. I just kind of like I don't know. I feel like you just kind of threw away the whole point.
Well,
The character.
I hope you enjoy the character because apparently she's gonna get her own movie.
They're gonna make a Mystique movie.
Yeah.
Because Jennifer Lawrence is that big.
Pretty much, and because a lot of people like the character, I guess.
Right. Mystique. That's the thing. That's gonna be Jennifer Lawrence presents Mystique. I mean, as long I know
as much as every Wolverine movie is Hugh Jackman presents Wolverine.
Agreed. Oh, absolutely. I mean, but I'm just saying, is like it's interesting on how Mystique doesn't have as much story, but she has a lot of stuff to say.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it's gonna fill a whole movie, or at least the direction they're gonna go. That's interesting.
But
there you go. We're gonna get a Mystique movie.
Segueing into Hugh Jackman. You know how we talked about, not last week's didn't have a show, but the week before that, how we were talking about how Hugh Jackman is going to give up being Wolverine?
Yeah, he's going to stop being Wolverine. He's signing contracts.
Because of that, they are filming his last standalone Wolverine movie and Apocalypse back to back, so he only has to get in shape once.
There you go.
So they're filming all of his scenes like it's one big gigantic movie.
That's awesome.
And then he's done.
I like the idea of just being like, it'll just cut to him like, I need to train to be a better Wolverine. And then literally like, all right, tomorrow we're going to have you go over and be like, why? All right, go back over there. Everything's fine. You know what I mean? It's going to just...
So they're doing those two movies back to back.
Cool.
So
I'm looking forward to
that's going to be pretty quick. Some other news from movies. Apparently all the filming they need to do for World of Warcraft is done.
There you go.
And
they made the whole thing with the game engine.
It's all live action, but the whole next year is all the special effects they're putting in.
Nice.
So they're spending a shit ton of time to get this thing to look good. Because you got to understand, as much as you can mocap and like an orc or anything like that,
right?
You're not gonna do the prosthetics things. People are gonna want to get it to look like, I don't know, a better version of the Turtles.
I liked practical sets.
I know. I mean, again, we haven't seen anything on this movie.
Oh, of course.
We've heard nothing about it besides there's a script, there's a cast, and we filmed it.
It's gonna be a movie. We'll see. So, maybe it's a movie. Maybe it's a big cutscene.
So yeah, exactly. We'll see. They've been talking more Star Wars news.
Yes.
Have been coming out. We talked about the
cast. Yep.
We talked about that, and they started filming, and people have been trying to find sets and everything like that around the different deserts, and people are trying to leak photos and stuff like that. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out. With all social media nowadays, you're gonna see a lot more.
Oh yeah, everyone has a film studio in their pockets.
So I mean, as soon as they started filming the second Avengers movie, Robert Downey Jr. and Mark Ruffalo just started taking pictures of everything and posting them.
Yep.
So
yeah, because they could beat them to the punch, you know. And that's the thing too. Did you see some of the footage that was put online? People doing the special effects from that. That was really cool. They had you watch buses turn and everything. It's pretty neat. I'm really looking forward to that movie. I know it's everyone's all hyped for Avengers. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I think I'm getting that like hype going. Like, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Now, have you been hit with the oh my god, another Star Wars movie? Have you been hit with that yet?
No.
You're still, but it's gonna come. You know that. Like, we're gonna get one trailer, like a teaser.
Yeah, I won't feel it until I get a full trailer.
There you go, trailer. Yeah.
I won't feel anything until I get it. Until I see everyone in costume. Until I see lightsabers, blasters, droids. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, we're getting a Star Wars movie, whatever.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm in the same boat too, because it's just kind of like, but it's gonna be wild. Because I mean, granted, like, as we didn't really get that with the prequels. But
no, everyone still flipped their shit over the prequels.
But when episode 1 came out, like, like, what the? Oh my!
And the poster you got was that kid standing in front of the little hut, and his shadow was Darth Vader.
Yeah,
everyone was like, "What?" So
it had a good marketing, you know, but just
a bad movie, bad writing, bad editing,
let's just do it all in 2 months. Anyway,
I actually watched a recent supercut of the movie. Someone edited all 3.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, how was it?
It was actually pretty good. The movie starts with the final fight scene of episode 1.
Oh, cool.
And it works so well. Because it starts with action, and then it dies down. The pacing of the movie is really, really good.
I want to see it.
Good luck. I'm pretty sure they took it down from every single website that the moment it came out, and it was on Vimeo, whatever it was, I don't remember what it was called. Some video hosting website.
Check out that website.
It was linked everywhere. As soon as it came out, it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes. I watched the whole thing. It was really good. They boiled all movies down into
one
movie, and it was watchable. Now, there is apparently a super cut that is done, but no one's seen it. Tobey Maguire, I believe, did it. No, not Tobey Maguire. Topher Grace.
Okay.
The guy who was Eric Foreman, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Is it the guy?
Yeah.
I think it was him. Cut all 3 movies down into like an hour and 15-minute movie. All the garbage is gone. It's just an hour and 15-minute Star Wars episode 1, 2, and 3. Here we go.
What happens?
I don't know.
You want to know what? It's
he never released it.
Let's have some fun right now, really quick, talking about the prequels, because we're on the topic of Star Wars. Let's name a few things out of the prequels that were interesting, not good, not like, wow, that was great, that were like, that was cool. I mean, there's very few things, but like, you know what I mean? Like for example, like, I don't mind the idea of the whole Ben-Hur pod racing thing. It's okay.
It was filler.
It was filler. It's very much filler, but at least it was a swell of action stuff in the midst of like, wow, this is boring and more boring.
I think the casting of Obi-Wan was probably the best
Ewan
thing in
McGregor?
the movie. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It was the best part of the movie. They didn't write great lines for him, but it was the best choice for the character.
He was stiltedly, horribly directed, but yeah, I mean, he had the voice, he had the, he had the presence. It felt like it was Obi-Wan, but yeah, other than that, I mean, and again, like I defend Hayden Christensen. He's not a bad actor. He's just was directed horribly.
Yeah,
it was one of the worst directing jobs ever. So.
It's painful to watch episode 2 with the whole romance scenes. They must have done. We have time for one take. Shit, that's good because they're awful.
They're really awful.
They are so
and it's not,
bad.
It's not his fault either. It's really not. It's just how it was directed, and what can you do, My favorite, here we go. What is your favorite really bad moment in those movies? My favorite line is, I wish I could just wish all my problems away. That's my favorite horrible piece of dialogue in that movie.
Oh,
it's like, really? Redundancy is redundant. Okay, cool.
One of the worst things for me in that movie, or in that original trilogy, is a lot of it is episode 1. The final battle in episode 1 is absolutely god-awful.
It's terrible. A clusterfuck. There's so much going on.
Second,
4 fights.
Second worst thing is the leader of the Gungans is just so stupid.
Gungas.
Yeah, he just for like the whole fucking movie. I can't.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's no, but going back, like, can you think of things that you enjoyed? Like, I mean, I know it's like, oh, we could be funny and be like, oh, there's nothing good. There's some. I mean, there was still something. Like, I felt like at least
things that I
the
enjoyed?
idea of Qui-Gon Jinn dying in a fight against Darth Maul, and Obi-Wan has to deal with that. But that's a cool element.
But that's what works really well with this supercut that I watched.
No, but that's
how the movie fucking starts.
That's what I'm saying.
It's great.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think is really, really cool.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. I honestly, for the first trilogy, there wasn't too much that I was. Super happy about.
That's true.
There really wasn't. Okay. If I had to choose, it was probably the first time Obi-Wan went to the factory where they pretty much make the clones.
Oh yeah, you like that?
That was probably the most. When I was in theater, I can remember is the most interesting part because that's where he has the fight with Jango, and you first meet a young Boba. I thought it was pretty interesting.
That's fair. I hated the whole why we needed to see Boba Fett in the movie, like at all. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that character, I guess, but I don't know.
I mean, it was interesting in the fact that all the clones are technically, because you get the information that all the clones are a clone of Jango.
Right, which I honestly like when they were just dudes, like, you know, being enlisted or hired by the, you know what I mean? Like, they're kind of just like government workers.
Well, they were in the original trilogy because
right.
they destroyed all the clones.
Right. What do you mean? Who destroyed the clones?
They got rid of that whole program.
When did they say that?
Oh, that's right. That's just not canon anymore.
Oh, I guess we just threw all the books away. Yeah, all the books are not canon anymore. They've confirmed that, and they're just gone. That's crazy. And again, hey, you don't need to go read the books. Go watch the movies. But at the same time, it's like, that's going to make a lot of people angry. And I understand. Why can't you just say, I don't know, we've been over that. Like, why can't
we went over this. And the only things they have considered canon now are the new Rebels TV show that's coming out, the Clone Wars TV show, and the movies. Those are the only things that are canon. Mm-hmm. And I'm very happy that they didn't take out the continuity of the Clone Wars TV show. Yeah, I'm really happy they didn't, because that's probably the best thing that ever happened to the original trilogy.
Well, at least the Genny Tartakovsky one? Oh, yeah. The original one was really cool.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That was like, you'll get to watch, actually, General Grievous be really cool. And then when... Man, I was so I lost so much faith in Star Wars, or at least the prequels, where it was like, Episode 1, that really wasn't that great. Episode 2, wow, I really didn't like that movie.
Bad.
Really don't like that movie. Then the Clone Wars came on. You're like, wow, this is
the TV show.
Wow, Clone Wars is a really fun cartoon. This is really cool. And then you watch. We all hear about this character named General Grievous, and he shows up, and you watch him 2D animation just take down like 8 Jedi by himself, and you're like, what a badass! And then right before the series ends, Mace Windu sees him catching away on a plane, and he goes, ugh! And he's like, oh, no, I'm like paraplegic or whatever. And then now he's limping, and he's coughing up blood in the movie. So the really cool cartoon shows him being really awesome, and then when you finally see the big budget movie, you're just like...
Yeah, that they wrote him into the movie as like, he's got heart problems, and blah, 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 blah. And he had a really cool backstory. And then they were like, well, can we show his really cool backstory? Yeah, but he's got to be like this for the movie. And he goes, fine, Mace Windu. That was like...
Exactly.
That was like, well, we have to.
But that's such a bummer. It's like, why can't we just get rid of movie 2 and just film...
Are you kidding me? We can have an entire show based on everything that we hate about the Star Wars universe. For the movies, like that's everything going on the movies, we can have an entire 2-hour conversation about this. We're not going to. But we could. So by saying that I hate this, I hate that, trust me.
That's why I'm trying.
We all know we hate it.
Of course, that's the reason why I was trying to go like, let's try to come up with some positives. Like again, and I think we could talk about the idea of at least the Emperor was in character.
Yeah.
You know, he was at least still evil. The Emperor. Cool! You're still a crazy old guy who's shooting fucking... Like, that's it. The only character who was actually, like, I felt like I was watching a Star Wars character, because everyone else was boring and stiff and a cardboard brick. And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody else was interesting.
Let's leave movies and let's jump into the world of gaming. A lot of news came out for gaming as well.
Yes, absolutely.
The biggest news that everybody's been talking about is the Xbox One is now going to be sold without the Kinect.
Kinectless.
Which, again, I'm going to write an article based on that. We don't really need to get into it too much.
Go read it.
But I'm not necessarily on SignalCrash.com. I'm not necessarily for taking out the entire Kinect, and I will get into why later.
Cool.
But they have dropped it, and because of that, it's $100 less.
Now it's $399.
It is the same price as
The PS4.
PS4. So for all of you people who are really big Xbox fans that went, guess I'm going to get a PS4 because I don't have that extra $100 to spend, now you don't have an excuse to go to the console that you really wanted to go to.
You have to.
So
do whatever you want.
Yeah, dude. You don't need to do anything.
There's no games out. Just give it a break.
Yeah, for either one of them, it's fine.
Get one after August. Anyway.
Yeah.
PS4.
But so that the Xbox One is getting a price drop because of it.
Mm-hmm.
They are now no longer requiring Xbox Live Gold accounts to watch YouTube, Machinima, Twitch. You can't broadcast on Twitch, but you can watch it. I think I said Hulu and Netflix.
Yes.
You now no longer need to have a gold account to do that.
Boom.
And because now you don't need a gold for that, to incentivize gold, they are upping their games with gold, is what they call it.
Right.
So they're giving you more games for free. They're doing it also on the Xbox One and the 360. But they're also moving to the same platform that the that the PlayStation 3 has.
Right.
Where if you drop gold, you now don't have those games anymore.
Right.
Where before, if I downloaded a game on Xbox 360, dropped my gold, and I downloaded it when I had my account, I would have it forever.
Right.
So they're going to the PlayStation 4 model to kind of keep you on gold, which is fine. That's one of the things where I spend. It's $50. It's the price of a game once a year.
Right.
That's it.
And that's the thing too, is like, I don't even mind.
And that's for that price is the same thing for Sony as well. So anybody who complains about having to pay for online stuff, I get it. It sucks for that one day you have to go out and buy your card for $50, $59.99, however it is, whatever taxes you have or whatever. But you have it for an entire year. And if you buy a lot of these cards around holiday seasons, it's usually 12 months plus 2, 12 months plus 1.
Let people know. Let people know, hey, for Christmas, what do you want? I want that. Yeah. And you always,
And again, because they're changing their policy, and there's really no good time to change their policy.
Right.
Because people don't buy the card all at the same time.
Right.
They are refunding you if you bought Xbox Live Gold for the ability to watch all of your online media.
Right.
That's pretty much, you claim that's what you bought it for. They are paying you back the money of the months left that you would have had. So if you bought it in October, you're getting, I don't know, 7 months of credit pretty much put on your card.
Right.
So,
which is cool. and that's the thing, too, is a lot of people, again, you guys complain about oh, no, I have to pay the monthly fee for the do-do-do. But, they do give you some cool stuff. I mean, I think Xbox definitely gives you, they give you games now. PlayStation Plus gives you tons of different, games you can directly have onto your hard drive. All those cool features. And it's I don't know. It doesn't really seem too bad. It's not that much money,
No,
especially for it's a year. I mean, you look at, everyone does $8 a month for Netflix. It's about the same,
Well, everyone does $10 a month for Netflix.
$9 now. It's $9. They upped it by $1.
Yeah, it's $9.99.
Is it
$10?
Is it $10?
It was $8.99 before they raised it.
No, it's not. I'm $7.99 right now.
Because you have it.
Pre-existing.
You were grandfathered in like I am. If you went out and got it now, it's $9.99.
Is it really? I thought it was $8.99.
No, they just raised it. Because it started. Me and you were both grandfathered in.
Right.
At that low price, they raised it $1, bring it up to $8.99, and raised it another $1 to bring it $9.99.
So they do it twice. Okay.
Yes, they did.
There you go. Well, hey, Netflix is still worth it for $10. I don't know. I still think that's not bad.
It's not at all.
And
and they're only holding us our grandfathered accounts, and I think for another
2 years. Yeah, they confirmed that. That is 2 years. That's not bad though. That's still it's still a nice hey, thank you for being a customer. That would really be frustrating if they went, oh, now it's 10 for everybody. It's I'm already signed up.
I wouldn't even notice the extra $2.
Well, of course, yeah, but
I wouldn't even notice.
But at the end of the day, it's still cool. So go check it
So
out.
they have that going out. They announced for announced games getting off of the consoles. They announced a Far Cry 4. They showed the box art for Far Cry 4. They announced the title for the next Halo game, which I don't remember. Apparently, Guardians. Yeah.
Halo
that's what it's
Guardians.
called. Halo 5 Guardians. So it's not just called Halo, which everyone was really afraid it was just going to be called Halo.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. It's Halo 5 Guardians.
2 Assassin's Creeds.
Yeah, apparently there's 2 Assassin's Creeds.
Mm-hmm.
Ubisoft has a crap ton of games that are coming out. You have that
Children of Light just came out.
You have that. Is that done by them?
Child of Light is just out.
So Child of Light.
Watch
the 2
Dogs.
Assassin's Creeds, Watch Dogs, that new Tom Clancy game they're coming out with.
Yep.
Division. Yeah, that's what it is. They have a lot of crap coming out.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they have. I think
they're
is
doing.
Drive Club them? They have some driving game that's coming out. That's them.
Mhm.
I don't know. There's so much crap.
Have you heard all the games that Capcom's coming out with?
All 0 of them?
We're gonna
Who
get
cares?
Street Fighter maybe.
Who cares?
When I care. I miss them. I miss when they were good. No offense.
What are you gonna do?
Oh well.
But along with gaming news, go ahead.
Oh, speaking of Capcom, at least Capcom America's been doing some cool stuff because they're re-releasing all of the Game Boy games. This is Mega May. It's a new fun event they're doing.
Hey, we talked about that last show.
Did we confirm that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the new game came out yesterday, and it's Mega Man 4
Nice.
for the Game Boy, which is
Because you talked about how you really wanted 5 to come out.
5 is the
And
bomb.
everyone was like, oh, no, I want the regular Mega Man that puts 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, they voted. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, check those out. You're getting 4, and then next week 5, and then the final, right at the end of the month, they're gonna give you Mega Man Extreme 2. So there you go. That's the window right now.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Cool.
So what were you saying?
So going back to games, like I said, there's a lot of games coming out, which is good because we need a lot more stuff for the consoles.
Yes.
They are bringing a lot of games to Steam. A lot of new games are coming out for Steam. I read an article recently that there were more new games this year already than there was like two that came out 2 years ago.
Yep.
They are pumping so many games out on Steam, which just means everyone's going to lose even more money when the summer sale comes along because there's going to be so much more crap to buy.
Get ready, the storm is coming. Guess where you can also get on Steam? You can get Super Combo Man.
Is it there yet?
No, it's going to be coming out in a month. It's
It
very
will
soon.
be.
Coming out very
Yeah.
soon. Can't get it yet, but it's going to be very soon. So keep your eyes open for Super Combo Man.
So I've been going through and actually beating a lot of the games that I have in my Steam that I haven't played yet. In other gaming news for consumers, along with sales, HumbleBundle.com is doing they usually do weekly bundles.
Check out Humble Bundle.
They are now doing, for I think the rest of the month, they're doing a new bundle every day. The new bundle every day.
New games.
And it's
Constant
all
new
for that
games.
low price of around $6 for like 7 games.
And
It's
all
ridiculous.
Good cost, too.
Today's is really good.
I haven't seen today's yet.
It's a good
But
cost.
the weekly bundle, if it's still around, is something you'd be really interested in. It's like the 7th Guest, the 11th Hour, all that kind
On
of stuff.
Steam,
Yeah. So it's a lot of that good stuff,
I got 7th Guess.
all for that low
That's
price
really
of
good.
around, I think, like $10.
If you want a really, really weird puzzle game with a lot of weird stuff going on in it, 7th Guess.
7th Guest.
Pretty good.
It was 2 CD-ROMs back in the day.
Pretty bizarre. Bill Gates even said, this is the future of computer technology and games.
It's not, though.
That's what Bill Gates said about the 7th
Yeah,
Guess.
he does a lot of things. He also says Windows Vista was great, and Windows 8 is cool, too.
I'm saying back in the day, that was
Yeah.
like the nicest graphics ever.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, so go get 7th Guess. Check out what was the bar back then. That's what's fun. It's a good puzzle game. It's a really cool puzzle game, but that was the bar back
I
then.
know the bar back then was like Myst.
Myst, but that's the thing though, is Myst was really cool images with moving things. This had moving cutscenes like Myst. It jumped a little bit farther.
It was like Night Trap.
Night Trap was just footage. That was footage of people.
Well, this was just footage of people behind a background.
No, because they had you actually had like 3D animation going up the staircases.
Yeah.
And then you saw like the picture with like the hands coming out and shit. They did 3D animation in that. It was pretty cool. Anyway.
So that's what's going on with games.
Mm.
There's been a lot of. I talked about Pokemon on the article we did last week.
Pokemon is going to be really cool. I think that's really cool. That they're coming out with
Last
that.
week they announced the two re-releases of
Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby.
which
We got
is
those.
apparently running on the same engine kind of
X and
thing
Y.
as X and Y.
Yep, it's going to be X and Y, and we're going to get new Mega Pokemon.
Yep.
They've already confirmed that.
Is that going to hook up to the same like trading system that X and Y are on?
All the features from X and Y are going to be in this new game too. this is going like all that
But now here's the
stuff.
thing:
is
if I have X and Y, can I trade Pokemon with people that have
yes,
Sapphire and
yes,
whatever it is?
mm-hmm.
That seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, they Pokemon has always been designed in a way where if it's on the same console, they are super connective. So X and Y is going to be really like in tuned with this game, which I think is going to be awesome. And I think it's going to be a really cool feature with getting this one.
Cool.
This new one.
Cool.
So looking forward to that. I really like Ruby and Sapphire. I thought that was a really good game series. One of the best in Pokemon. So I dig it. I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of Nintendo stuff, it is confirmed. I don't remember if we talked about this on the show, but I'm just going to brush up on it. Nintendo has confirmed that they want to officially do Smash Brothers for the 3DS in the summer, and the winter release will be the Wii U version, which I think is a little weird because I think that the reason they're doing it is because they think that the 3DS sales wouldn't work as well.
Correct.
I think they should come out at the same time.
I don't.
Why?
Because I think that they're correct. I think the 3DS sales will hurt.
They need people to buy the Wii U, though.
Yes.
That should be a good incentive to sell the Wii U one first.
No. Well, okay. If they sold the Wii U one first,
then everyone buys
and
console.
then waited till the winter for the 3DS version, yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But no, because they're gonna do a holiday bundle, so everyone's gonna get their Wii U's during the holiday. That's when parents go out to buy their Nintendo consoles for the kids. Is holiday season. That's the only time they could do it. That's it. Unless they came out in fall, as in October, November.
Right.
Then it would work. Winter, you're pushing it into late November, December in my mind.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. But the thing is, I feel like I think every version should come out in the wintertime then. I really feel like that we're getting it in the summer.
No, if the two games came out at the same time, one would hurt the other one.
Very true.
Because if kids have the 3DS but no Wii U, they're just going to go, why don't you just get them the 3DS? Why do I need to buy you a console to play this game that you could get in your 3DS?
So then they're going to, but the thing is now, we're going to buy it for the 3DS, we're all going to play it,
yeah.
And in the sense we're talking with parents now,
yeah.
What parent's going to go, I already bought you that game. I spent $40 on it. I'm spending another $60 to get you a system so you can play that game?
Mm-hmm.
Why would that go down?
Because parents don't know the games that the kids are playing, so it look to them it's a completely different game on a completely different console.
I guess, but I really think
because there's that separation of time.
Again,
you worked at a GameStop. You know some of the intelligence of the parents that come in. Not knocking their intelligence, their gaming intelligence.
They
of the parents that come in.
Think I haven't worked at a game store for years and years. It's been a long time before I worked at a game store. But I'll tell you right now, I've talked to some friends who actually work at a GameStop. Parents still don't think. They still don't even know what a Wii U is. They don't even. Yeah. They think it's a peripheral. They think it's a fucking controller.
They think it's just the tablet controller.
Right. And that is just something's got to be done about that. But that's the problem. Is like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be really happy that they have the game they really wanted handheld, and then there's going to be like, I'm talking like people our age. They're like, yes, I can play Smash Brothers. I really want to play Smash Brothers. And they put it in the 3DS and they're happy. But there's going to be a lot of people who are going to buy a console for that game, but I feel like that number is going to go down because they've been playing it for 6 months.
No.
Hey, I hope not. I'm really rooting for Nintendo. I want them to have like a really good.
Because it's going to be easier to get your friends together to play it all on one TV than
damn
it is to
straight.
get people to get
damn straight. I totally agree.
So they need it to move during the holiday season because people like us are not saving Nintendo. We're clearly not.
No. I mean, they're still making billions of dollars off of guys like us, and that's fine. You know, like
the company's losing a crap ton of money.
I understand, but it's they're not pinching pennies and setting up fires so they can keep warm. They're still doing it. They're losing money, but they're still extremely rich. But what can you do? I don't know. But, hey, Nintendo, you still make good games no matter what. We still salute you. We still think that you still make quality stuff. You just got to find a way to get it to people. Yeah, and it's on the 3DS.
You have really terrible release dates. You have a really terrible release calendar. You got to work on that.
That's
Reggie,
okay.
Call me up.
There you go.
We'll get business going.
That would be good. Yeah, we'll be their PR guys. No problem. But in all honesty, though, yeah, it's like
It should not take you 2 years from the release of your console to bring Mario 3 to the Virtual Console. Sorry.
That was a little slow. Yeah, and we still don't have N64 games. So
Don't get me started.
I know. It's taking a bit. But, hey, you know, I still think that what makes me happy about Nintendo is at least the games are still fun. If you have the Wii U or not, there are still good games on it. If you don't have a 3DS yet, I don't know what you're doing, but the 3DS has still amazing games. I think 3DS is still the best, like, right now, out of all the systems out, it's the best system. I really do. It's amazing. All the games are good on it. There are at least a lot of them. A lot of the games are really fun. The multiplayer works perfectly. It's just a blast.
Yeah, it works better than their consoles.
Yeah, the only thing the 3DS really needs is for you to be able to tether it to the Wii U so you can play it on the big screen. If they did that, I feel like they'd sell more Wii U's too. That would be such a...
In a way, you can already, like, it's there with Monster Hunter.
But it's not enough.
No,
it's not,
you're right.
You got to be able to tether the whole thing.
Yeah, but it's like one person on the tablet controller, everyone else on
No,
the
I want what's on my 3DS
Right.
on the TV.
Yeah, I want to play Fire Emblem on my TV right now. Like the thing is, PlayStation's already jumping on that idea. They're going like, why don't we just be able to hook the Vita up? You could sit on your patio and play a PlayStation 4 game.
You just made that live. Like the
Yeah,
whole
that's amazing. To me, that's such a great feature. Like I can go, yeah, you know how you're like playing your Wii U games like on the couch and you don't have to have Wii U on? I can do that with my PS4 now. I don't have a PS4 yet, but I'm interested because holy crap, I can sit there and go, I'm gonna go play whatever PlayStation 4 game I want anywhere because of my Vita. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's nice that it's there.
It's nice that it's there, but
you
it's
know?
really counterintuitive to everyone. The reason why you buy the new console right now.
It's not a reason why. I'm just saying it's more little nods like that. Like PlayStation with the cross-buy, holy crap. If Nintendo had cross-buy, people would be buying more stuff on their Wii U's. You know what I mean? Like
It's one game. And it's a Capcom game. It's Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
It's
no.
the only game right
That's
now that
insane though. Like the fact that I can get Mario 3 on my 3DS and I can also get it on my Wii U, but I have to spend $10 as opposed to I have to go 5 and 5. I can't go 5. That's insane. Because the thing is, like they hooked up the store too. They even bothered to make
the same account. Yeah.
My same account. That's awesome. But I feel like they're going to. But by the time they do, it's going to be too late. They need to do this now. They need to act and go, everything connects. Everything connects. It's a Nintendo product to a Nintendo product. Just make it work. Make it hook up.
We'll see you on June 10th.
Yeah. But thank you very much for watching. We are running out of time, but I do want to let you guys know that we have some really cool stuff planned. We are officially going to DrawnCon in November 15th and 16th. We are also going to Kineticon, which is going to be really awesome. That is July 10th to the 13th. And we are going to have booths. We're going to have panels. We're going to be having contests. You can win some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be great. Oh, you don't even know. You don't even know what we have planned. We have some fun surprises. You should go to the panel. You can win some stuff and watch some cool things. You'll get to see content that you won't be able to see anywhere else. You'll see it first at the con.
There you go.
It's going to be really awesome. Some of our new shows. Oh, shit. So, how do they... Hey, Brian, do you have a Twitter?
No.
Really? Well, you should get one, and then you should follow the SignalCrash Twitter, which is...
Oh, I have a SignalCrash Twitter. That's at SignalCrash.
You ruined my bit. We were doing a bit here. Hey, Brian!
Yeah?
I have a Facebook. What can I do with my Facebook?
You can like us.
Like who?
SignalCrash.
How do I do that?
Search SignalCrash.
Oh.
We're the only one there.
Okay. Look up SignalCrash. That's where it would appear at the bottom.
Yeah.
All right.
Link.
So check it out. Check us out on Facebook. Also, if you're on our channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you thought was really dumb about Star Wars or why. Yeah.
And again, we do have the website, which is just signalcrash.com.
Signalcrash.com.
We have past last week's article, which was kind of your weak substitute to missing a show.
Right.
But it's there.
Also, happy Mother's Day.
We missed it.
I know, but happy Mother's Day. Mothers deserve so much. Go hug your mom. Your mom. Go hug her.
Go hug your mom, or Noah will show up and hug her.
Yeah, she deserves a hug, so I'm going to go hug her, so you need to do that. You know, step up, be a man, okay? So, thank you very much for watching. I've been Noah.
I'm Brian.
And this has been SignalCrash, where we talk about comics, cartoons, movies, video games, and anything else that's nerdy. Thank you. We'll see you next time.